All right, here we go. I love Pictionary. Here we go. You ready? Go and guess.
It's a noodle scratcher.
Ain't it? Noodle scratcher.
Cornstarch.
Nope, not cornstarch. Keep guessing.
Come on, Luann. You know what this is.
Chill on Luann, bro. Chill on Luann, bro. Chill on Luann.
Not be more simple, Luann.
Shut up and let the woman talk.
Yeah,
Let me show this to
chill.
the cat and have the cat tell you what it is, because the cat's gonna get it.
The cat might get it, but chill, dog. It's only a game, bro. Yeah.
Smart as you.
Just look.
We didn't all go to Gutcher College.
Gutcher College. Where's that? Now look. It's drawing a blank, duh. I drew a blank.
Oh,
Worthy of Webster's.
You know, we have a lot of expressions in the English language.
I don't even know what I'm saying.
What are we talking about?
Where'd that come from?
Most all of us use them every day.
I don't even know what that means.
No one knows what it means.
You know, we just say them as if they really made sense.
I mean, how silly is that?
Do you understand the words that are coming out of my mouth?
What is he talking about?
Alrighty then, trademark. Ain't nobody come at my neck, man. I ain't watched Ace Ventura in forever, but I love Jim Carrey and what he stands for. What's good, y'all? You know what it is, and you know who it is. It's me, Mario, and welcome to Appraise, the phrase, origins of everyday expressions, where we're here to do 3 things: unveil the origin, confirm the meaning, and assess the value of common everyday phrases. Let's see. Let me fix myself up. Can't see my buttons. That's the look I'm going for. I don't want no comments from the crowd. But let me welcome my co-host, who we are kindred spirits. We are aligned. Somehow we didn't talk about this. My man 20 in the building. What's up, 20? How you feeling with your collared shirt?
Oh, I'm good, man. You know, I got a blow here, so I got
Well, you know what? If you ever need me to, I won't take the stand. But if you need a statement from me, I am willing.
I appreciate it, man. Statements are always welcome.
There you go.
Nah, man. I'm just chilling, man. I'm Gucci, man. Today I had a couple meetings I had to go to, so I had to look presentable.
Oh, professionalism is fucking not real, man.
It's not at all. Because as soon as I walked out, I seen somebody come in with a wife blesser, which is, I was just like, man, see?
And he probably doing good. Or was getting the same penalty as you, probably.
He probably definitely is, bro. Definitely is.
Yeah. No pressure. And you look great. To me.
Oh, perfect.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Regardless of the quality of the video. All right, y'all, let's get into the show for today. I'm very happy, as usual, to have our guest donning the Expression Appraisal Table. We saw, well, you didn't see yet, but there was a cat that flashed across the screen.
Is that what that was?
Yeah. Oh, hey, for you to not know what that was, 20, you handled that well, brother. You handled that very well. But let me introduce somebody who I've rocked with for years now. I mean, time is flying by, and time is just a concept of its own, because I'm not realizing how many years have gone by knowing this person do what they do so well. So welcome to Appraise the Phrase, a master trainer and just all around good person, good friend of mine, Kalyn Harris, to the Expression Appraisal Table. What's good, Kalyn? How you feel?
Hey, I'm good. Thanks for having me.
Yes.
I feel like I missed the memo on the collared shirt, so.
Yeah, it was like telepathic or read the show notes, Kalyn. No, I sent them to you late. One.
You sent them to me 2 minutes after we started.
Literally. 20 doesn't even have them.
Yeah, I was going to say show notes.
Yes, Kalyn, tell us more though. Tell us more real quick about your journey to Master Trainer level and what you got going
on. So yeah, I've been training, doing one-on-one personal training for, coming up on 8 years now.
Yeah.
So it's been quite a while. I'm out here in San Diego. Kind of worked my way up, working at a really amazing gym. I've been there for about a year now. So was finally able to gain the title of Master Trainer. And yeah, I'm continuing to keep working my way upwards. So figuring out what the next step is as far as training. I just love helping people. So figuring out how I can continue to keep doing that.
Gotcha. 20, your thing did that thing again. You want to go and come back?
I don't know what's going on, dude.
Did you restart it last time?
I definitely did, bro.
Oh, okay.
It says something about the resolution, but I don't know how to change it.
Me neither. Just close and come back, and we'll keep it going. No pressure. Because I'm going to just talk to Kalyn. Did you go away? He probably did. So, yeah. Do you want to shout out? Do you want to shout out the place you train? Is that okay?
Yeah. So I train at a gym called Fit Athletic. One of the top gyms here in San Diego, if not the top gym. I work at, I think, the best location. I'm right on the boardwalk overlooking the ocean in Mission Beach. Really doesn't get much better than that. So yeah, shout out to Fit.
No lie. Every time I see the videos you post and the ambiance, and I'm like, yo, one, I would definitely be motivated to train there, and two, I would never get any training done because I would want to chill.
Oh yeah, it's amazing. It's tough for sure. But it's just a really amazing environment. Like my coworkers are great, my managers are amazing, the members, just an overall really great spot to be. So very happy with it.
Word.
Excited to be a part of the team.
Word. Well, thank you again. Hold up. Bet. All right, man. So now we're gonna get into the phrase. And today's phrase, I thought at first I'm like, it's kind of lighthearted. I wanted to be a little more light because a couple episodes ago we did Hell in a Handbasket and everybody's like, hell. So we want to lighten it up. So today I'm like, and I was thinking, and I'm like, I can't think of a phrase that I'm connecting with. And I'm like, there's a phrase for that. And so today we're going to discuss drawing a blank. Because when I first thought about it, I went like this. And so, of course, drawing a blank, and I don't really, I literally, I tried. I'm like, So I thought, why not explore this with Kalyn, who at first, can I promise you, I was going for a cat phrase. I was going hard for a cat phrase. What is a cat phrase I can find? But, yeah. It just didn't.
There's got to be a lot out there. I'm drawing a blank on.
Wow! You're pretty good.
Well, wouldn't cat got your tongue be one?
Ooh, that's a good one. Cat got your tongue.
Cat got your tongue. I thought about.
That's
actually
a great one.
Didn't think about that one.
Yeah. I feel like there's got to be so many out there. Actually, for cats, it's funny because I make horrible cat jokes all the time.
Mm-hmm.
So the fact that I can't even think of a phrase is actually pretty crazy. As far as drawing a blank, I do that, I think, on a daily,
okay. So
multiple times.
Let's hop right in. Tell me more about your connection to drawing a blank. 20, go ahead and do what you got to do. But Kalyn, tell me more about drawing a blank. What your connection to drawing a blank?
So my brain is just constantly going, I have all of these things that I'm trying to figure out and put into place and remember, to the point where sometimes my brain is working too fast, or actually if I'm having a conversation, my brain is working faster than my mouth is able to move. So I will get to a point in the conversation and just be like, oh shoot, my brain's way out there. I'm not actually there yet. No idea what I was going to say. Generally, it comes back to me, which is pretty good. Sometimes it takes a minute to just sit there in silence, backtrack, figure out where I was, come back with it, and then usually I can find it again.
That's the thing. That's the thing where I'm like, okay, if I have to place drawing a blank in a on the spectrum of good and bad, it's not really bad if you can just get back to it. Like if it's not pertinent for you to have that, to not draw the blank or to get back to what you were getting to, then as long as that happens, like whatever, you know what I mean? If it's not time bound, then whatever, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. That's how I feel about it. Exactly. So do you label it good or bad? Like, how do you feel about where you sit with it?
I don't think it's good or bad. I think there are situations that can make it good or bad. You know, I've seen people intentionally draw a blank, right?
That's gaslighting.
Yes, that I would say is bad. But in general, you know, as long as you can pick back up, and even if you can't, it's you know, human behavior. It's human psychology. It happens. So not the worst thing that can happen.
I'm with that. I just want to see if should I be in a place. All right, 20. What's your connection to drawing a blank?
No, man. I mean, whenever somebody say you're drawing a blank, that means either you're confused or you don't know what to say, or is it like you know what you want to say, but you don't know how to say it?
I like that one.
So maybe sometimes it's in the sense of like drawing a blank as opposed to I have the answer, but I just don't know how to communicate the answer.
All right. Let me follow up on that really quick before we get into the definition, which is important, right? It's like for drawing a blank when you have it but don't have it, as opposed to never having it at all. It takes me back to whether it's good or bad. Like you can't get back to it if you don't have it, right? Like you can't not draw the blank. So if you never have the communication to begin with, is that drawing a blank? Like, do you have to have it at first and lose it? Now that I think about it, where you at with that?
If you don't mind me, so I can get back into the conversation. I think that's the only way you can draw a blank is, you know, having the information but not being able to communicate.
Got it.
Because I feel like that's just not knowing. You get what I mean? Like if you don't know the answer, then you don't know. It's not like you're drawing a blank.
I'd be feeling like people be saying, I'm drawing a blank. Sorry to interrupt you. When they don't know it all. That's what I'm asking.
Because they don't want, but that's ego and pride. You know what I'm saying? Like when people be like, "Oh, I'm drawing a blank. What's his name? Yeah, no, nigga, you don't know his name."
Exactly. What's his name? What's her name? What's their name? That's exactly the scenario. Like, or the street, or the whatever. Like, you don't have the answer, dog. You don't have the answer. All right. Let's get into this definition real quick, because Webster's, again, I'm going to keep calling them out. They hold it down in ways, but they also, and it's the current day, they also find a way of like, what? You know, like a oversimplification. Let's see if they do that with drawing a blank. So Webster's defines drawing a blank as to fail to find or remember something. So to fail to find something or to fail to remember something. Now, as we were talking about that, let's go now that we know the definition. Kalyn, does that resonate? Does that stick to fail to find or remember something?
Absolutely. Yeah. You know, I agree that in order to draw a blank, you have to have already had the information. So to fail to find it in your memory bank or remember it kind of falls in line with that. You can't, if you don't know it, you just don't know it. It's not drawing a blank if you don't already have that information. Bet. All right, 20, to fail to find or remember something. That you does that lean more towards where you're at with it too?
Yeah, no. Definitely the remembrance part. You know what I mean? Like I said, it was a situation where you know the answer, but you just can't communicate it, or like I said, you can't remember it. So I think definitely that's kind of dead on from what I was saying. Yeah.
I think where both of y'all are taking it, especially you 20, is like, all right, current day definition aligns with how people are using it, or how y'all are using it. All right. Without further ado, let's get into the origin of this thing. First round of origin of drawing a blank. So it comes from, what do you know, England. Elizabeth the First. So the first Elizabeth, the first Queen Elizabeth in Tudor England. Like many of the monarchs in the European countries at that time, they didn't have no money. So even though she was a queen, she didn't have no monies. And so what other nations were doing was they started the lotto to make money. Yeah, that's what the lotto's for, dog. I know, old buddy. I know somebody just hit it. I know somebody just banged that thing out, but they made more. They always make more than they given, right? So that's what happened. So the money raised was intended to go towards like the reparation of the havens and the to strengthen the realm and towards further public works. Like, yeah, to help us out. Sure. So she signed the law and the license granting the lottery to be starting in 1567. Okay. So at that time, lotteries this is the process. You put in a ticket with the participant's name on it and you put it in the lot pot. You know, similar to how we're doing it now. You know what I'm saying? Kind of similar because now we just be buying them. So you put in the lot pot and then an equal number of notes, like the papers, and then prizes were written on them for as many people as there were, and some were blank. And then those ones went to another pot. So pairs of tickets were drawn. So you like the old time we used to see, you know what I'm saying? We seen in Hey Arnold, all of, you know what I'm saying, where you ain't got no real lottery system. Take out 2 tickets at the same time, the name and your reward, and then you get drawing a blank. Like my name drew nothing, drew a blank, right? So actually, the first definition of drawing a blank came from failing. Like, so it first meant to draw a blank just meant to fail. How do y'all feel about that? I'll start with you, 20. How do you feel about the fact that actually the first, thanks to the lotto, the first drawing a blank actually means you failed, you lost?
I mean, I think that's a little more excessive than actually like not realizing or not knowing what you're trying to, communicate. When it comes to, drawing from the lotto, of course, that's like the most common. That's the most common instance where you hear somebody's drawing something. Like that's actually like picking something, or not actually, pick like drawing, but actually like taking something. So it's a situation where, yeah, I can see how that kind of makes it a little more relevant. But as opposed to the definition, I feel like they have nothing in common.
They have nothing in common. Yeah, Kalyn, where you at? Drawing a blank, you lost.
So it actually makes sense. I think it makes it in the way you just explained it with the lottery. We have the phrase shooting blanks when it comes to using a gun, a bullet that is a blank bullet. It's nothing. It's you either get a bang or you don't. And it's the same thing with the lottery. You either win or you don't. So that makes sense. I am confused as to how we got to where it is now.
Right.
How it went from like, it means you didn't win anything to like, you just failed to remember something.
Yeah.
Right.
Let's go on that journey for me, because I also am interested in to know, because like I said, a lot, like you said, Kalyn, it makes sense. Lotto. Real quick before we move on, do y'all like that better? Like, if saying drawing a blank, again, try your best to suppress how you use it now. Would you be like, man, drew a blank there, or like was willing to talk shit using draw a blank for someone that lost?
I kind of like that, actually. It's like, oh man, you drew a blank there, huh?
Yo, I'm actually gonna like investigate this and see if it hits. Cause my thing is like, when you're talking shit, it has to hit. As much as, you know what I'm saying, you say it has to hit. So 20, would you use it as like a way to let somebody know they ain't win?
No, I think honestly, I will continue to use it as you don't know what you're talking about, or you know what I mean. Like I feel like that's the most common way to describe drawing a blank. Now, if it's a situation of if we're in that position, yeah, then of course that makes sense because it's a literal thing.
That's the literal point of it. I'm gonna bring it back.
The literal facet of it is you're drawing a blank, like you have nothing in front of you.
You got nothing.
Not that you may have not lost, but you know what I mean? Like you have nothing in front of you, you have nothing to offer. So,
ooh, I like that one too. I'm gonna tell someone that when they don't have nothing to offer that they're drawing a blank. I'm doing that.
Yeah. But then again, when you say that to that person, they're gonna think that, no, I know exactly what I'm trying to say.
That's true. Now you're confused and you lost or offer nothing.
Pretty much.
No, we getting somewhere.
Pretty much.
We getting somewhere.
Are we?
Are we?
Because I'm drawing a blank here.
It feels like we're drawing blanks. Yeah.
It feels like it. Feels like a blank is being drawn here somewhere, Mario.
All right, and excuse me for no one bringing up the fact that, so I will own it, that like, again, like I said at the beginning of the show, like it took me to read this to not like go drawing a blank, like crafting, painting, writing out a blank. Thank y'all.
Is that even possible?
That's where I was stuck. Like, where do I start? How do I know I started or finished?
But if you put something down, is that a blank?
This is why. So moving on to part 2.
Are you drawing a blank right now, Mario? What's going on? Is it my computer lagging, or are you really actually? What's going on right now?
Moving past me actually thinking it was putting pencil or pen to paper, Sir William Moore, when he found out there was time to spare from numerous other posts, so he was like a sir. So again, these people that are higher up in power, they needed something to do. You know what I mean? Like they needed something to do. So Sir William Moore wanted to write a little bit. So he started writing things out. So Her Majesty's Deputy Master of the Swans, he wrote. He was the treasurer of the lottery in Surrey. So once he became bored, he started writing, and he was writing under the title of the Treasury of the Lotto. I'm assuming Surrey is the town, the smaller town maybe. So he started writing the Loseley manuscripts in their unique archive of the Moore Manalou family. So William Moore and some Molyneux family who he either got together with to maintain prominence or blah, 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 blah. So they, for centuries, lived in a beautiful Tudor manor house in Loseley Park, and the manuscripts contain records of life in Tudor and Stuart England. And Moore's description of the lottery was a very rich lottery without any blanks. Okay. And the reason why he called it a very rich lottery. Now, remember, he's a prominent person. He's a sir. So he's on the other side of the benefit of being in the lottery. He's not on the side of trying to get dubs. He's on the side of, yes, pay for the lottery, right? So it was a rich one for him. And it was because the tickets cost 10 shillings each. And laborers were paid about $1 a day. So it took 10 days work to just pay for a lotto ticket. Now, 10 days of work in a lotto ticket will get these niggas a silver plate or some tapestry, which is like ribbons and shit for your home, your medieval fucking English Tudor mansion or whatever the fuck you lived in. So you're paying the government or, you know, the oligarchy, I guess, whatever, 10 days work for a silver plate. And so this man.
So this saying really has something to do about the lotto, or is it like because I even though I understand the connection, I've never connected these two.
Me neither.
Like I've never connected this thing to the lotto at all. I mean, like I don't even think about the lotto when I say it.
Not even close. Now, but it's lotto bread to the point where like it sticks. It still means you lost at this time. So we're in the 16th century, going into the 17th century. It still means you lost. It dropped in the late 16th century, and it's lotto based. And this lotto that started drawing a blank was one of the shystiest lottos of all times, is what I'm willing to say, because they had niggas giving them 10 days worth of work and getting a silver plate. So my question to y'all, I'm gonna start with Kalyn. So my question to y'all is, do you play the lotto currently?
I don't actually. I considered picking numbers. I think for like the Mega Millions that just got drawn like a couple weeks or last week. But I don't play. The last time I did a scratch off, I was very, very young. My grandparents used to like to play, so they used to buy me scratch offs, but I've never been a lottery person.
When you got them scratch offs, was you drawing blanks?
Oh, it was I would win $2. You know.
Oh, that ain't
when
no
you're
blank.
8 years old, $2 is a lot of money.
Oh, that's big money. That's big money. I'm surprised you didn't come back for it. I'm surprised you didn't come back for it.
Yeah. I think the most I've ever won was like $10.
That's not bad.
Never more than that. No,
that's not bad at all. 20. You a lotto player?
Yeah. You know what? The only reason because like you said, I kind of got introduced to it from my grandmother, and it kind of like was our kind of like bonding moment because she would send me out to go get the tickets or whatever, and I play these numbers. And when I got older, we would still do the same thing. So it was like one of our things that we kind of like did together. And at first, I didn't, I didn't believe that you could win. I still probably like the belief of winning is very little for me. I just do it just because of the pastime.
That's real. Well, I'm glad that it has some nostalgia for you, but it's actually making Florida richer. So you're doing your part and you're getting something out of it. You are not drawing a blank because every time you play the lotto, you get a reward.
Oh yeah, I know.
All right, let's get to the next.
Yeah, exactly.
Let's get to the next part of origin. So, although the first time someone drew a blank, right, was in the 16th century, like we just talked about with, Elizabeth I's lotto implementation, the phrase wasn't actually written down and recorded in print until the 19th century in Washington Irving's Tales of a Traveler. And that was in 1824. And the plot of that involves a character being given credit for something he hadn't done. And Mr. Irving said, it's like being congratulated on the high prize when one has drawn a blank. So again, it's connected to like the lotto thing. It's connected to the winning and losing still. Again, Mr. Irving in this Tales of a Traveler said, it's like being congratulated on the high prize, so the billions, when you literally didn't win nothing. So that's the first time it was printed. Now, Tales of a Traveler is a 2-volume collection of essays and short stories that Mr. Washington Irving wrote while he was living in Europe, but primarily in Germany and Paris. So again, all these other nations were doing lottos before because that was Elizabeth I implemented what rival nations were doing, and it spread across Europe into Germany and France. Now, the Tales of a Traveler is composed of 4 parts. Listen closely. Part 1, Strange Stories by a Nervous Gentleman. Part 2, Buckhorn and His Friends. Part 3, The Italian Bandit. And Part 4, The Money Diggers. Now, before we move on from the fact that it's still being used to win or lose and it's still very much attached to the lottery.
Sorry.
What happened? I don't know what happened.
It's a really big bug. So we have these things called June bugs. I'm not joking. Oh my God, thank God. They're like this big.
That is a term of endearment for most.
No, it's like,
this is great.
I want to like show you guys because it's on my window. Oh,
Master Trainer, y'all.
Sorry, I hate bugs. So I'm gonna show you guys.
Yeah, let us see. Let us see.
Where is it?
Oh, that's the cat.
You see it?
You're muted. Here? You're muted, Chris. No, I can't see. Oh, now I see it. Oh, yeah. Flick it.
Where'd it go? Well, the cat's trying to get to it, but she's just putting holes in the ticket. Sorry.
This is perfect.
They're okay.
It's gone.
They're called June bugs. They come around for 2 months out of the year.
Yep.
And they're so big and they're very loud. I have a phobia.
What
bugs
is it?
and
They make like
cicada.
the cicada sound?
Yes, yes,
yeah, I
yes.
would
They
hate
sound
that
like
too.
cicadas.
I would hate that too.
But like my cats are like going crazy, so they keep putting holes in screens, and I'm afraid they're gonna put a big enough hole that one's gonna come
That they
through.
come through. Yeah. That's a little catch-22 for you.
So just have like this huge phobia of bugs. I apologize.
It's okay.
Sorry about
It's
that.
okay. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. So yeah, back to the
Back to this. Yeah.
Part 1, Strange Stories by a Nervous Gentleman. Part 2, Buckhorn and His Friends. Part 3, The Italian Bandit. And Part 4, The Money Diggers. Now, if you had to choose, gun to your head or whatever will make you do a thing, which part you gonna read out of the Tales of a Traveler? Which part's the most appealing?
I would probably read Strange Stories by a Nervous Man.
Wow.
Because I like weird stuff and strange stories, and so I'd be curious, especially coming from somebody who's nervous. As I'm a nervous person, I'm an anxious person as well. So I always find it enlightening to hear other people's anxieties and nervousness, just because it's like something I can relate to, or I'm just curious about. So that's probably the one that I would choose for no particular reason other than just want to hear what your strange stories are.
Yeah, especially somebody that's like, I'm with that. I'm with that. 20. What would be out of the 4 parts? What you rocking with? You need me to repeat?
Please.
All right. Strange Story by Nervous Gentleman, which already has a vote.
Okay.
Buckhorn and His Friends, The Italian Bandit, and The Money Diggers.
Money Diggers.
I knew you was gonna go for the bread. I knew it because I want to know in what way. I would like to know in what way. Those are the 2 I would pick, by the way. They're actually tied in no particular order. Maybe if I had
I'm
to
just judging a book by its cover, and that name just sticks out to me. I'll be honest with you.
Because you kind of should.
Because you
kind of should.
Always do.
You always do, anyways.
Anyway, you always judge a book.
No, that hasn't made it on the season 2 yet. That'll probably be a season 3 phrase. But that's one that Mario will have an opinion on. I will have an opinion on that because I won't even. That's something I don't draw a blank on. Okay? Right.
That's funny.
Okay, so soon after the 1824, it hit in print, Tales of a Traveler, Strange Stories by a Nervous Gentleman, Money Diggers, and all that. Then it started to get more prominence, and it was written again by somebody that, you know what I'm saying, gets the needle moving real strong. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And this man's name, he had a long name, but it's Roland Isles Edgerton Wobberton. And super English name.
Wait, what was the name, bro?
I'll say it again because it'll be on the test.
Yeah, right? Exactly.
Roland Isles Edgerton Wobberton. Okay? And he said it in a poem called Hunting Songs that he wrote in 1832. And he said, "The man whose heart heaves a sigh when his gorse is drawn blank." Yeah. Now it was this because he was big in hunting circles, so he was a prominent man, and so he wrote a poem called Hunting Songs, and the line says, "The man whose heart heaves a sigh when his gorse is drawn blank." So this is the first phrase where it starts to pivot from the lotto and losing to be, or failing to being like something's not there or can't find it. Let me connect that. Do y'all know what a gorse is? This is not a typo for horse. Yeah, me neither.
No.
I immediately saw gorse and I said, this is a typo, but it wasn't. It wasn't a typo. So a gorse is a type of flower, and there's a bunch of different species of gorse. And between the different species of gorse, gorse are almost always in bloom, always in flower, all the time. to the point where there's another phrase, old country saying that will never appraise because it's not even relevant. When a gorse is out of blossom, kissing's out of fashion. Basically saying that because gorses are always in blossom, that kissing never goes out of fashion. You can always down for a good kiss, right? All right. Do y'all resonate with the saying of the gorse?
The kissing part, yes. I'm sorry, Kalyn. You look like you was reminiscent right now. That smile is ear to ear, so I figured I'll answer for the both of us and say the kissing part, yes.
There you go. I agree with what he said.
Oh, okay. No, y'all not gorse flower fans?
No.
I've never even heard of such a thing until this very moment.
Google gorse, not now, because and once you Google gorse, you will go outside and you will not be able to differentiate what the fuck a gorse flower is. It looks like every flower.
But every flower looks so different.
Yes, what I mean is that like it doesn't stand out. Like it's I think it's like saying male or something. You know how like how would I know this is a gorse? How would I? It has a bunch of different types of gorse to the point where
the same way you know a cat is a cat and a dog
yes,
is a dog.
That's it. Like you don't know what. So like I guess that's like you go outside and you're like I guess that's a gorse because they all are flowers. Gorse are all, they can live.
Is it a specific type of flower?
So what I read is that they have thorns, so they're a thorny flower at times in the drier climates. The ones that are in the not so dry climates can or cannot have thorns.
I'm looking it up.
You're doing it. Go for it. It was compared to another flower. I didn't write it down.
I mean, yeah, it's just a yellow flower.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like it looks
just like a yellow leaf, actually.
Yeah, it's very leafish. It's very leafish.
Yes.
So yeah. I don't know. Gorse flower. Gorse. Yeah.
All right. Learned something new today.
Yeah. Anyways.
I learned a couple new things, so.
But they smell like coconut to many. So I guess that's how you can tell. That's how you can tell.
Nice.
Yeah. But the important thing about this is that Mr. Roland Isles Edgerton Warburton in the hunting circles, the reason why the shift from Lotto to missing something, like again, because if the gorse is drawn blank, if the gorse is missing, then it's a deep, heavy sigh because they're always in bloom, is because he was rich. Like this man was rich in England. He was very prominent. He was a landowner turned poet and hunter. He was so rich that like he spent before he turned into a poet and hunter, he just like rehabilitated lands. Like, and he comes from a family that had owned land. Like he was a landowner first and then a poet second. And he was such a quote unquote good poet because he usually talked about hunting in the countryside, and they were lighthearted. And so they were popular because of like they made people feel good. And Lord Halifax even referred to him as the perfect combination of a good churchman, a good landlord, a keen sportsman, and a man of literary taste. Like people rocked with Roland Isles Edgerton Warburton. Like people rock with this man. So when he switched up the meaning of drawing a blank, people ran with it. People ran with it, especially in the hunting world. So then late in the 19th century, it became used as a general figurative sense to mean to be unsuccessful or to not find something that you're looking for. And then people turned it into like not having a memory of it.
But that's actually the same. The definition that he changed it to is still at its root the same. It's you're not finding something you're looking for. In a lottery ticket, you're looking for a winning ticket, and you're coming up blank.
There's the connection.
Just a little, yeah.
20, where you at with that? You rocking with that connection, or was that a stretch?
Now that she opened up like the little passageway, yeah, I think I can get to the connection like that. You know what I mean? Like that. I think that kind of pays more to the connection than just saying, "Hey, you drawing a blank because of the lotto." You know what I mean? Like yeah, that last part that you actually put in, Mario, kind of coexists with what she said, so it's kind of helping me out a lot.
Yeah, that drew it. Because even then, when I did the research, I'm like, all right, what made you switch it, bro? What made you switch it, Roland? What? I mean, obviously, one thing I do want to mention, like when you're in a good place in society, like you can think of things in a crazy way, like however you want to, really. I mean, like you got the space to think freely. I think conversely, and semi-ironically, is that when you're in extreme poverty, you also get creative and name things whatever the fuck you want to name them, because who cares, right? So like that's kind of the opposite end of like where creativity can be. Like either you're in poverty or you're like very rich. You have the space. You're either forced to have the space in poverty, or you have so much freedom that you're like, I can think outside the box. My Maslow's hierarchy of needs are so met. But yeah. So that's where we get today. Thank you, Roland Isles. Thank you, Elizabeth the First. Because drawing a blank to me still, it doesn't bother me. I actually like the journey we just went on. So let's go ahead and appraise this phrase. It is a 3-category grading process, Kalyn, where we go speed grade, power grade, and then guest preference. The speed grade is how eloquent is it? Does it flow off the tongue? Is it easy to say? Then we got the speed grade, which is it like powerful? Does it have impact when it's heard or said? And then your preference. So that's all those things combined. Your personal feeling for it. Now that you know the origin, the meaning, how do you just genuinely want to rate it? So I will do the speed. 20 will take care of the power, and then you'll take care of the guest preference. So for me, speed on drawing a blank, I think it's very smooth, although there's a lot of syllables. Like I think the blank being one syllable at the end, if I'm really analyzing it, like makes me feel good. It like feels like it just ends it very well. They're cool little words. They're not really like offensive words that I like feel yucky to say. So I'm actually going to give this a B+. Drawing a blank, B+. Yeah, not bad. All right, 20, power.
You know what? Honestly, I'm trying not to grade it off of the fact of the first half of the show. The phrase and the popularity had nothing to do with each other. So, drawing a blank. I think it is a very popular saying. I think that it is a very common saying.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's used a lot throughout the world. So I'm gonna give it an A in power, only because I feel like I said, when it comes to if you say it, someone might say it to you, and even if they say it to you or you say it to yourself, it still means the same thing. Because there's been a lot of meaning. The meaning of it changes, and the energy of it changes, as opposed to somebody saying it to you or you saying it to yourself. And I think this is probably one of the ones that it doesn't change regardless of if you're saying it to yourself or if somebody's saying it to you.
I like that. So what is it, an A you said?
And I think that's powerful too as well. So I'll give it an A. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
That's hard. And I gotta, hey man, I'm gonna stand up for that. I'm gonna stand up for drawing a blank, because this is one of the few ones that feels good if you're saying it to you or if someone, because that polarizing shit of like, you can't say that to me. It has been in a lot of phrases, man. So I like that. All right, Kalyn, guest preference. Where you at with it?
I am gonna fall right in the middle and give it an A- for a number of reasons. I think it's such a universal phrase. Who is it? Roland bringing making the connection that he did, or changing it up, is what kind of turned my head to it a little bit, versus Queen Elizabeth's definition was, that's where the minus comes from. But I think overall, I just think it's a really great phrase. It's universal. I appreciate the connection between the lotto and falling short or not reaching or finding whatever you're looking for. So yeah, A-.
A- it is. All right. Kalyn, thank you again. Thank you. All right, before we get out of here, for those that are travelers and or in the San Diego area, how can they connect with you if they want some of what you do best? Talk to the people.
So you can find me on Instagram. My first name, Kalyn Brittany. You can come to the gym. You can come to the Fit Gym in Mission Beach. I'm there 6 days a week, so you're likely to run into me. If you just want to come check it out, let me know. If you just want to come say hi, let me know. But yeah, I think Instagram would probably be the easiest way to contact me. Said first and middle name, Kalyn Brittany. And then yeah,
we'll have that in the show notes, y'all. We'll make sure you can connect. Is there any, like, if a link is provided, can they specifically request you? Is that possible?
Absolutely.
Okay, yeah. So I'll make sure that's in the show notes too, y'all. So if you want direct access and you're in the California area or you're traveling, busy, coming through, you still got to get your workout in.
Yeah.
Certified from my end. Obviously, I don't need to certify her. She does her own thing, but certified, one of the best. Okay. Word.
Yeah.
20. Last but not least, we have to get into
the dictionary of misinformation.
All right, Kalyn, this is one of the best parts of the show. What we do here is we ask our guests to give us a letter, 1 through 26 that we have, okay, alphabetically. We don't have to go in order. You can just say whichever letter comes to mind. If you don't say a letter, we're definitely going to pick one for you. We already had the Petty Betties go, and they already used up all the X's. So if you could give us a letter so Mario could go ahead and look in the dictionary of misinformation, we're going to go ahead and give you some information that you may have been misinformed about.
Oh. Is this our first 20?
Are you saying because you're drawing a blank, or are you saying, okay?
A little bit of both.
Ooh, a little bit of both. All right, let's see what O talking about. Let's see. I think, this is not our first O. But wait. Okay, I like this one. This is going to be one because it's debunking the misinformation for me. So, we're going to go with, Romeo, Romeo, wherefore art thou Romeo? Okay? So one of the most, one of the most perdurable and exasperating misconceptions, at least for those who know Shakespeare, is in the scene often repeated. It is, let us say, the annual amateur hour when people say it this way. So out onto the stage, props a character, blah, 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 blah. And the person says, Romeo, Romeo, O Romeo, Romeo, wherefore art thou Romeo? Wherefore did not mean where in Shakespeare's day and does not mean where now. It means why. Nor do the lines from Romeo and Juliet make sense if it means where. So the lines in question are, O Romeo, Romeo, wherefore art thou Romeo? Deny thy father and refuse thy name. Or if thou wilt not, be but sworn my love, and I'll no longer be a Capulet. So if you say it in that way, it's like, Romeo, Romeo, why are you Romeo? Like, why are... And I kind of like that. Like, refuse thy name. Then and if you won't, then she'll know. Yeah, like she wasn't looking for him. She wasn't looking for Romeo. She was talking to him. Right there. That like, she wasn't looking for him. It's like, why? Why you gotta be this? Why can't we, like, we're rivals. So yeah. Where, O Romeo, Romeo, wherefore art thou Romeo? It's not where that Juliet was looking for Romeo. Is she questioned why she was in love with this guy in the family rivalry. So that's it. Well, thanks. Thank you all. Kalyn, again, thank you for joining us. Thank you for joining us. One more round of applause from the crowd. And 20, thank you as well. Even with the technical difficulties, you held it down.
I'm trying my best, man. I'm trying to figure out. I'm gonna figure out what's going on with this. I'm gonna figure out what's going on with the video, man.
Yeah, they need your face, man. The ratings might be down without your face, man. On the second half of the episode, the ratings might be down, man. Who knows? We're gonna see. We're gonna test the market and see. Now, if this one skyrockets, my brother, you may. You may just have to take the L. But no, I appreciate you as always. You can find us on Google Podcasts, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, YouTube for the visuals. Like, subscribe, share. We're brought to you by the Underdog Podcast Network. Go train, move your body. Health is wealth and all those things. I may do health is wealth as a phrase. We could have did that if I really wanted to hammer in that you're a trainer. But I drew a blank last night.
Yeah. There you go.
There you go. But also remember that value is in the eye of the appraiser. Check y'all next week.